Welcome to Thoughts on Investing. Today, we're diving into the absolutely wild story of HIMS and Hers Health. I mean, their stock just went on an incredible ride. So, what on earth happened? What's behind this huge surge? Let's break it down.
All right, before we really get into the weeds here, just the usual disclaimer. This is all for educational purposes, okay? It is not financial advice. Markets are, well, unpredictable, so please always do your own research.
Okay, let's just get right to it. The whole story really starts with one absolutely massive number, plus 40%. I mean, that's the jump HIMS shares took in a single day. A surge like that, that's not just a good day at the office. No, that's a total game changer. It signals a huge shift in how the market thinks about this company's future.
So, you gotta be asking, what sparked this fire? What could possibly cause a reaction like that? Well, it wasn't just one thing. It was this perfect storm, a real 1-2 punch of news that hit pretty much at the same time.
And here it is, that 1-2 punch. First, HIMS announces a partnership with Novo Nordisk. We're talking about a global pharma giant here. But here's the kicker. At the same time, Novo Nordisk dropped its lawsuit against HIMS. And you have to understand, that lawsuit had been this massive dark cloud hanging over HIMS' super popular weight loss business for months.
So what the market saw here is what we call a huge de-risking event. Basically, in a flash, all that doubt, all that legal and financial risk that was holding the stock down, poof, it just disappeared. Think about it. One minute you're a competitor getting sued by a giant, the next you're their partner. That completely changes the game, right? Investor confidence just came flooding back in. And listen, it wasn't just you and me noticing this. Wall Street was all over it. The big banks, they had to scramble to reevaluate everything they thought about HIMS. And let me tell you, the mood went from, let's be careful to, wow, this is big, almost overnight. They got super bullish really fast. Let's take a look at what Bank of America had to say. They pointed out that by teaming up with Novo Nordisk, HIMS can now reach a completely new type of customer. You know, the people who want the official branded drug, not the compounded versions HIMS was known for. And compounded just means they're kind of custom mixed. They're cheaper for sure, but they don't have that same stamp of approval from the FDA. So this whole deal wasn't just about ending a lawsuit, it was about opening a door to a whole new group of customers who want that peace of mind.
Citigroup was right there with them, calling it a major de-risking move, but they also brought up a really good point. The big, tricky question now is all about the money. How much of the revenue from those older, compounded drugs can they actually switch over to these new, branded ones? That, my friends, is the billion-dollar question everyone's trying to figure out.
And this is where you really see the proof in the pudding. I mean, talk is cheap, right? But when analysts start raising their price targets, that's when you know they mean business. Look at this. Bank of America basically doubled their target from $12.50 to $23. Citigroup was right there, jumping from around $13 all the way up to $24. This isn't just a little adjustment. This is a total rethink of the company's entire value.
But wait, there's more. This story doesn't just end with the Novo Nordisk deal. Because right around the same time, HIMS made another really interesting move. It's a signal that they're thinking much, much bigger than just writing prescriptions online. It looks like they're trying to build an entire health ecosystem. So they've launched this new thing called HIMS and Hers Benefits. And through it, they're teaming up with some pretty cool wellness brands. We're talking subscribers getting $400 off a Prenuvo whole body MRI scan, or $350 off an 8 Sleep smart mattress. These aren't just random companies. They're premium brands focused on, proactive health and wellness.
And look, this is way more than just offering some nice discounts. It's a really smart, strategic play to expand their entire world. The company's own chief product officer basically said, hey, this is just the beginning. Their goal? To become this go-to platform for all things consumer health, from getting a scan to improving your sleep. For an investor, that's music to your ears, because it means the potential market just got a whole lot bigger. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, you've got the huge de-risking from the Novo deal, you've got Wall Street jumping on board, and you've got this bigger play into a whole health ecosystem. It's pretty clear this is a major turning point. The whole story for anyone investing in this company has fundamentally changed. And this really sums up the whole transformation perfectly. The old view of HIMS, they were the little guy, the disruptor, taking on big pharma with this massive lawsuit hanging over their head. And the new view? They're a partner. A legit, validated partner working with one of the biggest names in the industry. It's a total night and day difference. And that brings us to the most important takeaway here. The entire question investors are asking has flipped. The old question was all about survival.
Can HIMS even make it through this huge GLP-1 mess? But the new question? It's all about growth and ambition. It's, okay, can HIMS now take this momentum and build a truly massive digital healthcare platform? And you've got to admit, that is a way more exciting question for anyone looking at this stock. So there you have it. A pretty fascinating story, right? A complete turnaround built on risk, reward, and a huge strategic shift. The market is definitely watching this one closely, and now you know exactly what the big story is. Hey, if you enjoyed this explainer and found it useful, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Thanks for watching.